Hi everyone and welcome to Dogs on the Sofa. Today we're going to be talking about whether our dog should be on or off the sofa, so please grab a cup of tea and join us. Maybe your first thought is, who cares? Maybe you think, absolutely not. And maybe you'll fall into the camp that think, does it really matter? They can sit where they like. The answer, it appears, is that a lot of us do care, whichever camp we fall into. After a little bit of research where I sort of fell into a Facebook, Instagram doom scroll, I found several Facebook groups and also some Instagram discussion posts where people were asking for, or dog owners, were asking for training advice. I found awful suggestions on how to kind of like remediate some of the issues that dog owners were experiencing. This video is going to look at 3 key areas. The first one is things to consider as an owner. The second is trainers and behaviourists. And then the third is your feel-good journey. So what should you consider? I think it's up to the owner, the individual, the family, the couple, whatever your dynamic is, to decide if you want your dogs on the sofa or not. That's the first thing. So on our sofa to be or not to be journey, my husband grew up in a household where dogs were firmly not allowed on the sofa. So we took that approach when we got Sterling. Somebody, not naming any names, broke rank and allowed Sterling up on the sofa. Puppy parents everywhere will understand and hopefully attest to this, that when you're sleep deprived and you've been woken up throughout the night, it's like 4 a.m, the last thing you want to do is like even bother to make it all the way back upstairs. And I found that I liked just cuddling and snoozing with him on the sofa until 5:30, 6 when we would start our day together. In our household, we taught Sterling to ask permission to come up onto the sofa by either placing his chin on our legs or on the sofa. We ensured that he had an off cue. So another factor to consider is consistency. So this is both the consistency in your collective household, as in between the humans, and then consistency then with your dogs. So we moved house 4 months ago and the dogs are now banned from the sofa. Previously, we had a huge, everyone knows the standard L-shaped grey IKEA sofas with the pull-out bed. So we had one of those, which we now don't have anymore. So we're down to the sofa that you can see behind me, which is only a 2-seater. And then we've got some armchairs on the other side of the sitting room. So with 2 very large breed dogs, we've just made the decision that there's only enough space for the humans to sit on the sofas. So yeah, sorry chaps. So how have we managed the transition from being allowed on the sofa to then not being allowed on the sofa? Having moved house, we can treat it as a completely new environment. Appreciate that not everyone can do this, but it does mean that we can reinforce those boundaries. We also offer them alternatives. So we've got 2 dog beds in the sitting room. We have a crate in the hallway. We have another bed somewhere else in the house. So it just gives them options of places to settle and to be that isn't the sofa. We also kind of know bed and settle as cues, but I'm not going to go into that because I'm not a dog trainer. The second area to think about is trainers and behaviourists. So I would suggest enlisting a trainer if this is something that you need significant help with, and I would look at a behaviourist if you were facing any behavioural issues such as guarding or aggression. So please ask an expert and not some random off of a Facebook group who doesn't know you, doesn't know your dog, and doesn't know your situation. I think trainers and behaviourists are much better placed to make those assessments and then to help you on the right course of action. I've signposted some resources below in the description which can help you. To note that the resources I'm signposting are from ABTC registered trainers and behaviourists. The ABTC is the Animal Behaviour and Training Council, which is based in the UK. It has both dog trainers and behaviourists, and the main focus is animal welfare, using ethical, science-led and humane approaches to animal training and any behaviour therapy. The third area that we're going to talk about is your feel-good journey. So do what's right for you and your dogs. Don't compare to other people. Don't feel like you're doing something wrong whether your dog is or isn't allowed on the sofa. It's completely up to you. It's your preference, it's your choice. It's the way that you live with your dog. You do what feels good for you both. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll be happy to respond to them. If you'd like to see any more videos, please click here for my latest upload. Thank you so much for joining me and see you again next week for another cuppa.